Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hope for the elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Alright, so I just want to do a short lesson to how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video, except those days be shortened, no flesh should be saved. And of course, that's paraphrasing from St. Matthew, the 24th chapter. All right, which I'm going to read here in a second. But Lord wills, brothers can see on the screen, I have this article here. And it says, live free and die, the sad state of U.S. life expansioncy, Salaki, I struggle saying that word. It says, life expansioncy, Salaki, continues to decline in the U.S. as it rebounds in other countries. Life expectancy around the world decreased in 2022. I wonder why. 2020, Salaki. I wonder why. Due to the C-19. Most peer countries rebounded by 2021, which I believe that's a lie. I'm just here to say it straight up. That's a lie. I knew that's a lie. When this whole C-19 thing, the cure for the C-19 came out, people started dropping like flies, and they're still dropping like flies. But even before that, this graph right here is going to show how people was just dropping dead left and right here in Babylon. All right, it says why the U.S. continues to decline. And you see they got this chart right here from the 1980s to the 2020. As you can see, which I believe even with the other countries, I believe that's a lie too. But you see here in Babylon, the U.S., United States, which is Babylon the Great, it was been on the decline. And that's due to Esau not upholding the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. All right, people diets is way off. Esau spraying the air with all type of poisons. The water's poison. The food is for GMOs. The food is poison. Chemicals all in the air. The medicine industry and all of that. There's just a lot of things out here, a lot of things here in Babylon that'll take you out, I just say. All right. And that's why the Lord said, except these days be short and no flesh will be saved. Because we'll all be dead, man, if this devil continues to his reign of terror. It says just before Christmas, federal health, and Christmas is death too. You eat abominable foods, you worship. I'm speaking for the nation of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians. You eat abominable foods all day, all right, like pork and all that garbage. You worshiping Nimrod's rod with the Christmas tree, with Jeremiah the 10th chapter speaks about that. All right, not so much as Nimrod, but it speaks about the Christmas tree. All right, and the Lord called it the way of the heathen. And we're not supposed to, like the Lord said, we're not supposed to learn the way of the heathen. So Christmas is death as well. It says federal health officials confirm life expectancy in America has dropped and that's in the curses too. All right, and it's dropped further. It's dropping further and further down. It's not funny, but it's dropping further and further down, especially when it comes to Jake, because we're under the curses. The Lord said that life shall hang in doubt, and it does. All right, in the ghetto, there's a saying, most black men don't live to see 21, and some blessings you make it to see 21. All right, just because we're in the valley of the shadow of death, which is America. All right, and not just America, all everywhere on the planet. It says for nearly a unprecedented second year in a row, down to 76 years, while countries all over the world saw life expectancy rebound, which again, I don't believe that. During the second year of the pandemic, after the arrival of the vaccination, the U.S. did not. I wonder why. The last week, more bad news. Mortality in the U.S. reached a high in 2021, as a paper in the Journal of the American Medical Association found, raising mortality rates among U.S. children's and adolescents. This is the first time in my career that I've ever seen an increase in pediatric mortality, and I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why, man. It's always been declining in the U.S. for as long as I can remember, right? And that's all I'm gonna read. I'm gonna jump down. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna read. She said it's always been declining in the U.S. United States for as long as I can remember. All right, let me jump down. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read this part right here. It says across the lifespan and across every demographic, damn, and across every demographic, Americans die at younger ages than their counterparts in other wealthy nations. So again, it says Americans die at younger ages than their counterparts in other wealthy nations. Right, and again, it's all because this man don't keep the laws. You can eat whatever you want to eat. You can be whatever you want to be. All right, and our people love to have it so. The 2/3 of our people love to have it so. That's why they're dropping dead left and right. You know, they follow the laws of the Lord. They wouldn't. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get the scriptures. I didn't have this one written down, but it just came to mind. Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. You know, if Jake was following the laws to the best of their ability, you'd be better off. This is Psalm chapter 19. The book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 8. The statutes of the Lord are right. It's like it. Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect. Right, the law of the Lord is perfect. Perfect. Don't eat pork. Don't make cuttings in your flesh. Don't inject stuff inside your body. All right. Converting the soul, the testimony of the Lord is sure. The Lord spoke about making no cuttings in your flesh, which needles cut open your flesh. All right. So if you were following the laws, while people were following the laws, all right, or the people was upholding the law of the land, then people wouldn't have no problem. It'd be no problems. Well, I ain't gonna say it'd be no problems, but people wouldn't be killing over the way they're killing over. All right, if they follow the Lord's laws. All right, the end of it is like the testimony of the Lord is sure, making the wise simple. Verse 8: the statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandments of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. Right. So if the people in the land were following the laws, all right, the death rate wouldn't go so high. Wouldn't be so high. All right. But this devil pushes to go off on the law of the Lord, and that's why people die. And again, I'm speaking about the nation of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians. All right. Because not only do we have to worry about getting, GMOs and poison in the water and him selling you abominable food. You got to worry about the cops. You got to worry about, it's just, this is truly the land of the Psalms 23, I'll say, the valley of the shadow of death. All right, and the scriptures already speak about the Lord pretty much shortening the lifespans. All right, and here in Babylon, it's like it's getting shorter. With the whole world, it seems like it's getting shorter. This is Sirach chapter 18, verse 9. If it'll load up. All right, yeah, Sirach chapter 18, verse 9. The number of a man's days at the most are 100 years. All right, and that's dropped dramatically. It's rare so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians see 100 years. That's why, every time somebody reaches like 100 years old or like 100 and it's like a phone about to die. Sorry, brothers. Try to make this short. They make to see 100 years or 110. They celebrate it. All right, but back in the ancient world, the ancient world, we read about our ancestors living to be 500 years old, 400 years old. So 100 years is really young. All right, 99 years old, almost 1,000 years old. All right, but the Most High dropped that dramatically. He dropped that. All right, and again, now you're lucky if you're a so-called Black, Latino, Native, or Seminole Indian, man, you're lucky to see. You be super blessed if you see 80. All right, you know. But adding in all the fact that this devil is kicking in again with poisonous food, poisonous water, spraying the air, giving you poisonous injections. All right, it's dropping like wow, it's dropping like crazy. And again, that's what the Lord Yahweh Shai said, and let the days be short and no flesh should be saved. This is Psalm chapter 90, verse 10. The days of our years are 60 years and 10. If by reason of strength they be 60 years, yet is their strength labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off and we fly away. Right, and go back to the spirit world. And I believe 60 years and 10 is 70 or 80, if I ain't mistaken. All right, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's 78. Matter of fact, let me see something real quick. All right, so like it, brother. So I looked it up in the NIV. All right, and it says, this Psalms 90 and 10, the scripture I just read through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, says, our days may come to 70 years or 80, if our strength endure. Right? So again, if you live to see 70, 80, you really deal, blessed. There people, throw a big shindig for you if you live to see that long. All right? Yet the best of them, it's like if our strength endure, right? If you eat right and exercise, stay in shape, you keep your strength up, you can live to see that long. But most the large percentage of Jake don't, because they eat garbage food, they don't exercise, they don't do anything. So stop working or don't work or don't do anything, and they'll just pretty much just fade away slowly, and they'll just drop dead. All right. Yet the best of them are but trouble and sorrow, for they quickly pass away and we fly away. Right, go back to the spirit world. But where the most high dwells. Yet the best of them are but trouble and sorrow. And that's another thing, man. All this stress. Stress also kills you. All right. Stress will also kill you. Let me kind of move kind of fast because my phone's getting ready to die. I can't find my damn charger. It's like it, brothers. Because again, stress can also kill you. How I'm gonna pay this, how I'm gonna pay that, medical, when I get, if I get sick, how my family gonna take, just the stress of everyday life being here in America. It's just stressful. Paying bills and working like crazy to try to make sure you got the money to pay the bills and shit like that. This shit is just stressful, man. Damn, man. It's like it, brothers. Chill out, brothers.